All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are tackling a culinary mystery that I know keeps a lot of us up at night. Why is the Sundubu Jjigae you get in a restaurant just so much better than the one you make at home? Well, the secret, as it turns out, comes down to one amazing insight from a source we've dug into. So yeah, let's just get right into it with the question that I'm sure has driven you crazy at some point. You've been there, right? You get all the right ingredients, you follow the recipe step by step, but the final stew is just kind of weak. It's just not right. So, what is going on here? Oh, yeah, we all know this story. It's a tale of two stews, really. On one side, you have that beautiful, vibrant, deeply flavorful stew from your favorite spot. It's just so rich and satisfying. And then there's the one you made at home. It's often watery, the flavor is kind of one note, and you're left thinking, what am I missing? But what if I told you the answer isn't some super complicated technique, and you don't need to hunt down a bunch of crazy rare ingredients? What if the whole thing, the entire difference, boils down to just one single crucial thing you've probably been getting wrong this whole time? And here it is. This is the big reveal from our source. The whole problem starts with the oil. Think about it. Soft tofu is basically a sponge, right? It has almost no flavor by itself. So if you just use regular old cooking oil to start things off, you're building your flavor palace on a foundation of sand. The stew just never gets that deep, rich taste. So this is the secret weapon. It means we can't just grab any old chili oil off the shelf. Nope, we have to make our own. But don't worry, we're going to create this amazing, supercharged, flavor-infused chili oil from scratch. And trust me, it's way easier than it sounds, and it is a total game changer. And look how simple this is. This is everything you need to build that amazing flavor base. We've got cooking oil, the green parts of a couple of scallions for that fresh oniony aroma, and of course, a good amount of gochugaru. That's the Korean chili powder that gives it the signature color and kick. Okay, the process here is just so smart. You're gonna gently heat the oil with those scallion greens. Now, they're not just there for flavor, they're also your temperature gauge. Once they start to turn brown, you know the oil is at the perfect temperature. And here is the most important part. Listen up. You turn the heat off, and then you stir in the chili powder. If you add it while the heat is on, it'll burn and get bitter. This way, you get that beautiful, bright red, perfectly flavored oil. Brilliant, right? Okay, so we've got our amazing chili oil, but we're not stopping there. Now we're going to take that oil and turn it into something even better, a super concentrated flavor paste. It's called yangnyeomjang in Korean. And this is the real secret sauce that you can make ahead of time. This is where we build the true soul of the stew. All right, so into our beautiful chili oil, we're adding this whole team of flavor-heavy hitters. We've got ground pork for that savory, meaty base. Then the white parts of the scallions, the more pungent bit, along with plenty of garlic. More gochugaru to give the paste body and depth. And then, bam, a triple hit of umami from oyster sauce, some tuna or fish sauce, and seasoned salt. This is serious flavor building. And the way we put this together is all about layering. So first, you cook the pork right in that chili oil. Then you toss in the scallions and garlic and cook them down till they're soft and fragrant. Now, key step, turn the heat way, way down before you stir in the rest of the chili powder. You just want to gently wake it up. Then in go the sauces and seasonings. You mix it all together, and what you get is this thick, rich, unbelievably aromatic paste. I'm telling you, this is your secret weapon for amazing stews in minutes. All right, and here's the best part. Now that we've got our flavor base made, all that hard work is done. From here on out, putting together a truly restaurant-level bowl of Sundubu Jjigae is going to be ridiculously fast. I mean, it's almost too easy. Okay, before we do anything else, there's one prep step you absolutely cannot skip. You have to drain your soft tofu. Seriously, you know how it's packed in all that water? If you don't get rid of that, it's just going to make your stew watery. And, just as important, draining it helps the tofu stay in nice, silky pieces instead of just turning into a cloudy mess in your pot. Okay, you probably think we're done with the secrets, right? We've got the oil, we've got the paste, but nope. Our source has one more little trick up its sleeve. One more ingredient that takes this stew from, wow, this is really good, to, oh my gosh, this is incredible. And it's salted shrimp, or seujut. Now, this is where traditional cooking gets so cool, because it's not just in there to make things salty. Get this. Salted shrimp contains a natural enzyme called lipase.
This enzyme actually helps break down the fat from the pork, which is wild. So not only does it make the whole stew easier on your stomach, it also unleashes a massive wave of savory umami flavor. It's science and deliciousness all in one.
Now, here's another super important tip, and it's all about timing. Your gut might tell you to put the tofu in early so it can soak up the flavor, right? Wrong! For sundubu, that is the exact opposite of what you want to do. If you want to keep that tofu in beautiful, soft, silky pieces, it has to be the absolute last thing that goes into that pot. Trust me on this. And look how easy the final assembly is. It's crazy. You bring some water to a boil, stir in a couple of big spoonfuls of that magic flavor paste you made, toss in whatever veggies you like, a zucchini, mushrooms, whatever, add your tablespoon of salted shrimp, let it come back to a boil, and then gently, you spoon in that drained tofu. One last quick boil, and that's it. Turn off the heat, done. We're talking minutes here.
Okay, the final touch, the grand finale, the egg. This is always the big debate, isn't it? Do you crack a whole egg in there, or is there a pro move? Well, our source has a very strong opinion on this, and it's all about getting that perfect, clean, rich flavor.
And the verdict is just the yolk. Here's why. The egg white tends to cook up and make the broth kind of cloudy and murky, which can dull the flavor. But if you just slide the yolk in right at the end, oh man, you get all that incredible creamy richness, but the broth stays clean and vibrant. It's a small detail, but it makes a huge difference. But you know what the best part of all of this is? The real payoff? All that work we did up front, and let's be honest, it wasn't even that hard, is completely done. That jar of flavor base sitting in your kitchen is now your golden ticket to amazing stew whenever you want it. And storing it is a piece of cake. Just pop it in an airtight container and stick it in the freezer. Now, here's the cool part. Because it has so much oil in it, it never actually freezes solid like an ice cube. It stays kind of soft, almost like a sorbet. So you can literally just open the freezer and scoop out what you need whenever you need it. No thawing, no planning ahead. It is the ultimate meal prep hack. So there you have it. The mystery of the bland, homemade Sundubu Jjigae is officially solved. It was never about a super long, complicated recipe. It was always about building that one incredible foundational flavor base. And now that you have this powerhouse paste tucked away in your freezer, well, that just leaves you with one last, very delicious question to think about, doesn't it?